Welcome to the Third Win channel. Today we're doing Group F for the Euro 2021, and let me just mention that we've done Group A, B, C, D, and E. So if you want to watch them in order, they're already out, and let's get into our final group, which is, here's our wall chart, and then if we zoom into Group F, we have Hungary, Portugal, France, and Germany. What a group. I think that can safely be labeled as the group of death, and how we do this on this channel is that we predict the score for every game and then we tally up the points, and that way we know who might qualify from the group. But before I do that, let's get into some team profiles. First, we got France, who are number 2 in the world right now with their World Cup win on their backs from just 3 years ago. And if you look at the scores on the left, they just don't lose. They beat Portugal, which is in this group. They beat Sweden, Croatia. They tied to Portugal, yeah. But that was they won the next game. Then they tied against Ukraine, beat Kazakhstan, beat Bosnia, beat Wales, Bulgaria. I mean, they don't lose. They're quite solid. They got quality all over the pitch. I don't think I need to talk about them much. They're a very good team. Next, we got Germany at number 12, making them the third lowest ranked team in the group, which is pretty crazy for for this group, you know. And then you can see their team on the right. Again, so much quality. Maybe not as much as France, but very similar situation. On the left, you can see they won against Ukraine, tied to Switzerland, won against Ukraine again. Lost to Spain 6-0. That's a bit of an anomaly, but that's a hefty loss. Beat Romania, beat Iceland, lost to North Macedonia. Now that one I'm concerned about. Then we got them tying it to Denmark, and most recently with their A squad, they beat Latvia 7-1. So pretty consistent, but those two losses are quite showing for maybe their weakest points. But they have their manager Joachim Löw, which they've won both big tournaments with, and this is his last one, so maybe he's got some extra energy for this one, and maybe they can pull off something amazing in this tournament. Next, we got Portugal with their star man Ronaldo and their ever growing and improving team with new players like Fernandes really making an impact. But if we look at their most recent results, they've won against Croatia 4-1, impressive. 2-0 against Sweden, again impressive. We went over the France results. They beat Sweden 3-0, beat Croatia 3-2, beat Azerbaijan. They tied to Serbia, and they beat Luxembourg. And also, just recently, they also tied against Spain, which is a good showing because Spain is a very strong team. They're also rated number 5 in the world, making them quite a bit better on paper than Germany. And I have strong hopes, but maybe Ronaldo isn't as hungry for that Euro victory this time around. Then we got Hungary, number 37 in the world, which is a dark horse, but in a group like this, it's just not going to happen. And I'm not going to use too much time here, but if you look on the left, the results are very solid, and they're a strong team, but they just got really unfortunate to get placed in the group with number 12, number 5, and number 2 in the world, all former Euro winners. So let's move on. So we got Group F here. What are the scores for the games? And first we got Hungary, Portugal. I think this will be 1-4. Portugal like to show off a little bit maybe in the first game, and I think that they're gonna beat them with three goals in advantage. Then we got France, Germany. I think 2-0. I think that this is gonna be one of those games like when these big teams plays in the group. It's usually the score isn't more than 2 goals being scored, or the difference is usually 1. Like it's 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. 2-1 is pretty rare actually. You usually see 1-0, 1-1, 0-0, stuff like this. But I think France are just going to show their extra quality. 2-0. Then we got Hungary and France. 0-3 is my prediction there. I think France are just going to play very solid, score 3 goals. No need to do more than they need to. Then we got Portugal versus Germany. I think this is going to be one of those 0-0 games. They're quite rare, but I think that they're just going to butt heads and nothing will happen. I think they're about as equally as strong. Then we got Portugal and France. I think Portugal will lose to Germany 0-1. Again, one of those drawn out games between these big powerhouses. And then we got Germany beating Hungary 3-1, which means we have our final results for our predictions. I think Hungary will get bottom of the table. I'm pretty sure about this. Then we got Germany with 4 points and Portugal with 4 points, with Portugal having a slightly better goal difference, but this stuff, you can't really predict it exactly. But I think 4 points is a realistic total for both these teams, and that will surely be enough to get a third place qualifier. So my prediction is that both Germany, Portugal and France with 9 points get through the group. I don't think there's much question in my mind. I think that they're definitely all getting through the knockout stages. So, yes, France number 1, Portugal on paper number 2, and then Germany qualifying as the third place spot. And yeah, that's our group of death. And if you haven't already, if you enjoy this, then you can go check out groups A through E, which I've already done. And tomorrow you can look forward to a simulation of the whole tournament. Like I'm going to go through every group, I'm going to put them all into brackets. And then we have the Euros the day after that. So subscribe for that. And I'll thank you for watching this series, and I'll see you guys soon.